Good morning, Darren Alff here from Bicycle Touring Pro. I'm somewhere in the middle of Sweden right now. I don't really know where, somewhere in the forest. Just spent the night camping. I am 200 kilometers into my 600 kilometer bike ride from Bodo, Norway to Umea, Sweden. Yesterday I saw a moose. It just ran out in the road right in front of me. The thing was huge. It got me thinking about how many animals are out here in the forest. Like, I am really out here. Like, there's not a lot of cars. There's not a lot of people. There are moose, there are deer, there are bears, there are even wolves in this area. So last night I was a little afraid camping, just thinking about that moose, thinking about how there are 2,000 to 3,000 bears in Sweden, and this area of Sweden that I'm in right now is one of the most populated bear countries, bear areas in the entire country. So yeah, just a little, I didn't sleep quite so great because every little bird that flew past, I was thinking bear, moose, you know. But anyway, so today I'm going to pack up. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning right now. I'm gonna pack up. I'm going to try to ride another 100 kilometers today, and that's the plan. So this is where I spent the evening last night, camped on the edge of this small pond, and then back through here is my campsite. So there's my bike, my tent. So I'm on the road now. It's just after 10 a.m. The sun is out. It's a beautiful day. Probably the best weather I've had on this entire trip in Scandinavia thus far as cycling days. Had some good weather other days, but I wasn't cycling those days. So today, it's gonna be a good one. So this is what it looks like to cycle across Sweden. It's beautiful, just lakes and forests everywhere you look. I'm on the lookout today for more moose. I'd love to see another one. I'd like to see a bear also, but during the daytime and from a distance. I do not want to see a bear at night or near my campsite. So, my eyes are peeled today. I just stopped here to show you one of the many beautiful lakes I'm passing. So I just stopped at this little store in the middle of nowhere to get water. That was the main thing I wanted. I bought an ice cream while I was here, but the next town with a supermarket is 70 kilometers away, so I only had like a quarter of a water bottle left. So glad to get some water. I'll eat an ice cream now, and I'll be on my way. So I've gone the first 30 kilometers today. I've got another 70 that I'd like to do. And at the speed I'm going, about 19 kilometers per hour, I should be there in 3-4 hours maybe. So I'm stocked up on food and water for the next 4 hours of cycling. Look at this lake I'm cycling past right now. Whoa, fish just jumped. Lots of wildlife out here. There are 2 moose coming right at me through the trees right now. Oh, they stopped. Do you see them right there? I think they see me. Oh, there they go. They're turning. 2 more moose. That's 3 total moose so far in Sweden. They're coming through the clearing. coming now. I wonder if the car will scare it away. There's two of them. There he goes. Yep. And the car comes. And there it goes. They're going back a little ways, but they're going around me. They're probably going to just go back to these trees a little bit and then try to cross the road somewhere else. I can't believe, once again, I saw another moose by simply pulling over to the side of the road and waiting for like 5 seconds. I just pulled over here. I was going to get my banana out of my bag. And then I heard a noise in the bushes, boom, looked up and there was a moose looking right at me. So 3 moose now in Sweden. That was cool. That was even better than the spotting yesterday, because that moose was really close to me here. Now I'm really watching for moose. I think they're all over the place here. Look what I just found. Ugh. Norwegian kroner. Thank you very much. There's another animal crossing the road right up there. Oh! You see it? I don't know what it is, like a deer or an elk or something. It's not moving, it's coming right, it's running in front of the RV. Look at it. It's running right in front of the RV. Wow, I've never seen an animal do that before. What the heck? Stupid animal. I don't know what this guy is doing. He's got something wrong with him. That's a reindeer. That's a reindeer. With like Tourette's or something. Yeah, he's maybe with rabies. I don't know what's wrong with this guy, but he's like suicidal. Hey. Hi. Now he's looking at me. He's getting really close. He's very close to me now. He's about 30 feet away. There he goes. Bye. Look at him, he's just walking down the middle of the road. Yep, just going down the middle of the road.
approaching Arjeplog, the town. Some road construction here. Can't go over 30 kilometers. That won't be hard for me. This is my first time at a Swedish supermarket in a while. All the foods that I got used to in Norway are now different, so I don't know what I'm looking for. I just got food at the Coop supermarket behind me. Went into this little tourist center and asked for water, so I got free water. And I've already cycled 90 kilometers today, so I'm gonna cycle like 10, 20 more maybe, and then find a place to camp. So I've pulled off the road just a short distance here, pushed my bike over the bushes and I don't know, blueberry bushes I guess they are. And I am camping now on the edge of a giant lake. I've got a pretty good view from the campsite here. I'm gonna pitch my tent like right here behind me, and then the lake is all behind me. Pretty much like, oh, I thought that was a bear. 180-degree view of the lake, so really nice. There are mosquitoes, however, so I'm going to hurry and set my tent up quickly so I can crawl inside. It was so cold at first. Once I took that dive, it wasn't that bad, but whew, at first it was very, very cold. I wasn't planning to do that today, but I was just in the perfect spot, and the sun's out, it's like warm. I knew I could dry my clothes pretty quickly, so in I went. It felt good because I was like really sweaty. Didn't realize how much sunburn and sweaty I got today. There are moose tracks all over the place here, so I wouldn't be surprised if a moose wandered past at some point. Alright, in the tent now, changed into my pajamas. I've got the rain fly off just because it's really nice outside and I have a spectacular view of the lake. Prepared a vegetarian baguette for dinner, and I'm listening to a podcast. So yeah, it's a pretty good day. I cycled over 100 kilometers. I saw 2 moose, I saw a dead fox, I saw 1 suicidal reindeer. I took a bath in a lake. I visited a nice little town. I ate an ice cream cone. I'm gonna eat a giant baguette, 2 of them actually. I got to wash my clothes a little bit, and now I sleep in the forest, right on the edge of a lake. So this today was like, honestly, like my dream day of bike touring. Like, this is why I like to travel by bike. Tomorrow's another day in Sweden, and I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully it's just as good as today. I'm already halfway to Umea, Sweden. and I'll be there in about 3 days.
So I'm at 308 kilometers total from Bodo, Norway now. That means I'm more than halfway to Umea. Today, maximum speed, average speed 19 still. I've been cycling for 16 hours from Bodo. 16 hours on the bike to go 308 kilometers. Whew, I'm tired. There's a bit more wildlife today, but this one is not alive. It's a small red fox. I smelt it before I saw it. It's just cycling past on the side of the road here. Pretty nasty. Probably got hit by a car. Sweden is freaking awesome. Love it out here. Just the nature, the quietness. Yeah, it's great. I keep hearing these little like cracking noises as I'm riding, and I at first thought they were in the trees, animals or something, but it's actually these metal rails that are like expanding in the sun, and they just pop every once in a while and make this like noise like that, kind of. Anyways.
One of the things I was thinking about today was a trip I took in 2009 to Greece, and I spent a month and a half at the end of my bike trip in Athens, Greece. And my apartment that I rented in Athens was like just a short distance from the Acropolis there, that famous stone structure that you all know. And I found this little area kind of on a hillside overlooking the Acropolis on the other side of, I don't know, just a short distance away, a couple 100 meters away. And I would go up there in the evening, and I found this little like rock to sit on. I'd sit there and I'd read a book for like an hour or two. And every single day when I went there, there was no one there, like no one there, and I'd be the first person to sit down and start reading. But after about an hour of reading, I would look up from my book, and there would be a dozen people sitting behind me. 7 of them with books, another, you know, a bunch of couples cuddling and stuff. And those people would not have sat down there if I had not sat down there first. See, they saw me reading the book, and they thought, hey, this looks like a good spot to read the book, or to read a book, or to cuddle, or to whatever, you know, right here across from the Acropolis. And I think that mentality, I see that same thing in bicycle touring and like the destinations that people choose for their bicycle tours. So many people in the world, instead of choosing a place that they're really interested in going, they just look at what other people are doing and go to the exact same places. And I have never really, I mean, I understand that mentality, but I don't understand that mentality, to be honest. And a good example of that is where I am right now. Like, I was in Norway just a few days ago, touring the Lofoten Islands, which is a lovely, beautiful place in Norway, and if you have a chance to go there, you should. However, and there were like 150, 200 bicycle tourists that I saw while I was there. The place was swarming with bike tourists. Obviously, people know that that's a good place to go, and a lot of people go there. But here I am now in Sweden, which is incredible, beautiful, and there's nobody here. I am the only one, and I don't understand why that is. So here I am, once again. I'm sitting on a bench, sitting on a rock across from the Acropolis. There's no one here. Maybe in an hour, maybe in a year, maybe in 10 years, I'll turn around and there'll be a bunch of bike tourists behind me.